Hey everybody, welcome to Collins Creatures. Today I'm at Zoo America with their Education Virginia opossum, Opie. The scientific name of the Virginia opossum is Didelphis virginiana, and I'm going to be calling Opie an opossum. Well, you may be thinking that's a possum, because in the Americas, all the marsupials that live in both North and South America are called opossums. And possum is correct as a colloquial term. However, in the land down under, the term possum is used to describe a completely different kind of marsupial. In today's video, I'm going to be talking more about Virginia opossums, as well as answering the question, can you keep an opossum as a pet? But before I do all that, let's head inside to get a closer look at Opie. So now we're in one of the education buildings, and we're going to talk more about Virginia opossums before we answer the question, can you keep an opossum as a pet? To begin with, the word opossum actually is thought to come from the Algonquin word opossum, meaning white animal or white beast. They're from the forests and thickets of the eastern and midwestern United States and Mexico, and their range is expanding northward into Canada. And they've also been introduced to more western states, like California. And they are actually the only native marsupial to the United States, which is why there's some car stickers you can find that say that real patriots respect America's only native marsupial. In the wild, their lifespan is incredibly short, only being about a year, maybe 2 years. In captivity, they can live for a bit longer, usually 4 more years, and with excellent care and maybe a little bit of luck, they can live to be up to 10. Virginia opossums are a cat-sized marsupial mammal with light gray fur and white fur on their face. Their underside is more dark in coloration with little pink toes on their feet. Their ears are usually dark-skinned and very small, and they have a long, hairless tail that is prehensile. And they use this prehensile tail to help hold on to objects or help hold on when they're climbing. Their rear legs also have opposable thumbs, which also help them hold on as well. Their snout is long and pointy, and inside of their mouth, they have a lot of very sharp teeth. In fact, they have the most teeth of any North American mammal, with 50 teeth. So this antler has peanut butter, so he's licking off the peanut butter while I talk. Now, Opie's a boy, so he doesn't have a pouch. But female opossums, like other marsupials, have a pouch that they use to carry their young, which are called joeys, like a kangaroo. Something that I find pretty interesting is that opossums have 13 nipples, with 12 of them arranged in a ring and the 13th in the center. This is kind of odd because most mammals have their nipples arranged in rows. I think this is because the nipples are all inside of the pouch. And the litters that opossums can have are usually average around 9 joeys, but they can have more, sometimes up to an outrageous 50 joeys. And when the joeys outgrow the pouch, they will then grab onto their mom's back and walk and be carried around like that. Opossums are nocturnal, meaning they spend most of their time active at night, where they'll spend their time looking for food. When threatened, opossums will do their famous technique of playing possum, or playing dead, and this usually works as predators don't typically want to eat an already rotting corpse. To aid in their defense, they may also secrete a foul-smelling secretion that helps them smell less appetizing. And sometimes they'll also open their mouth really wide, showing off all of their really sharp teeth, like an alligator. While their tail is prehensile, they cannot hang from just their tail like they're commonly depicted of doing in cartoons, as they are too heavy. However, they will use their tail as an extra attachment point to help hold on, kind of like a fifth arm. And while opossums have very powerful jaws and lots of sharp teeth, they will rarely bite because they're very shy animals in general. They should still not get so close to one to where it could bite you. Opossums have a shockingly low body temperature for a mammal, being between 89 and 94 degrees, which does not allow the Lissa virus, which causes rabies, to infect them, which is why opossums are unlikely to get and transmit rabies. Opossums are omnivores and will eat all sorts of things, such as fruits, veggies, invertebrates, small reptiles, amphibians, maybe a small bird, a small mammal. And opossums are very helpful because they'll also eat ticks, which are arachnids that, if you don't know, can carry diseases like Lyme disease. If they're in a residential area, they may eat bird seed, pet food, garbage, or food wastes. So what about keeping one as a pet? At least in Pennsylvania, the only way to legally keep an opossum is to be a zoo, licensed menagerie, or wildlife rehabilitator. To become a menagerie, first you'll have to get 2 years experience working with that animal at a zoo or other facility. Then you'll have to get letters of reference from your supervisors from that job, and then you'll have to build up a facility to take care of said animal. And then finally, you will have to get your facility inspected by the USDA to make sure it's appropriate for that animal. So there's no real way for a common person, at least in Pennsylvania, to keep an opossum. Other areas may have different laws regarding this. So Opie was actually kept as a pet and improperly cared for, which resulted in him becoming obese, getting metabolic bone disease, and hip problems, which is why he has an abnormal gait and stance. He was then given to a wildlife rehabilitator who deemed him non-releasable, and then he was given to Zoo America, who managed to get him on a good diet, which is why he is now a normal weight. And he also gets regular physical therapy to aid in his mobility with his hip issues. So you may recognize this as a dog puzzle feeder, which he's licking peanut butter off of now. If you wanted to meet the requirements to take care of one, and you did, what would you need to take care of an opossum? Well, the enclosure should be fairly large, being 10 by 10 by 8 feet minimum, with plenty of things to climb on and hides. Opossums can actually be trained to use a litter box, so if you can do so, clean up after their messes shouldn't be too difficult. Their diet can be a mix of pelletized omnivore diet, but made by Missouri, fruits and vegetables. They can be given pine nuts. They can get their protein from insects. There's feline diet in here, frozen thawed rodents, and as a treat they can be given an egg. And Zoo America puts calcium on all of his food to aid in his because of his bones. Now, what about some veterinary concerns? As discussed earlier, Opie used to have two of the most prevalent ones, obesity and metabolic bone disease, that opossums are prone to. Now, luckily, Opie no longer has obesity, but he still does have hip problems due to the metabolic bone disease. And both of these conditions are related to a poor diet. Opossums can also get parasitic worms due to the consumption of piddlebugs, also known as roly-polies, potato bugs, isopods, or woodlice. A healthy opossum can do all sorts of different kinds of enrichment, like climbing branches. Some facilities use a cat exercise wheel and going on walks. Because of Opie's conditions, he can't do all of those things, but he does get regular physical therapy and he does go on walks, like we were doing in the beginning of this video. So let's show some of Opie's physical therapy, and then let's take Opie for another walk. So this is Kelly. You may recognize her from some of my other videos, and she is going to go over some of Opie's physical therapy.
Hi, so Opie here is doing this physical therapy to help with his balance and his mobility. So you might see as he's walking, his hips kind of go inwards a little bit as a result of his metabolic bone disease, and we want to make sure that he is able to continue to use those back hips for a very long time throughout his life. this final part of his physical therapy is helping him to strengthen his hips. So as he's eating out of this bowl, he is supposed to be keeping both of those feet nice and secure up on those towels.
So Opie's got a cat harness on, which keeps the leash from tugging on his neck. And Opie pretty much goes wherever he wants. I kind of just follow him and keep him from walking off too far. So, can you keep an opossum as a pet? No, at least in Pennsylvania. And you really shouldn't keep an opossum as a pet. As demonstrated with Opie, they can get very sick from it and end up in a condition like him. So that is, can you keep an opossum as a pet with Opie the Virginia Opossum at Zoo America. I'd like to thank Zoo America for allowing me to use Opie in my video, and I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot from this video. I certainly learned a lot while researching for this video. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and I'll see you next one, Collins Creatures.